guys, this is a product review for the game Pandemic. This is what the game board looks like. It's a really cool game, really cool concept for a game. Obviously we all lived through the big pandemic that just happened, so it's an interesting subject that could be a little emotional. But what's cool about this game is you're having people become these characters that are actually really important during a pandemic. So you have quarantine specialist, medic, researcher. So those are the different players that people can be, and then that's represented by a pawn on the board. And then you have cards that say a certain location, and then you're putting these cubes on here which represent the diseases that are now in play across the globe. And then you're also pulling cards for locations, and if you get enough of them, then you can push a cure out there. It's like you figured out a cure. There are also part of the gameplay is placing research stations that help you in winning the game. As you're playing, depending on what happens, you'll end up putting more of these disease cubes or less of them. So you're either taking them off or you're pulling cards that make it so you have to put more on, and making adjustments to the infection rate there. And what's cool is there is like a team player aspect where if the pandemic gets too big, then this keeps sliding down and everybody loses if it's too big. So this would be placed down here. But you can also win as an individual by just kicking butt on the board and getting rid of lots of diseases. So if you push this forward, that's one win, and then making it so it's completely eradicated is another win that you can make happen. So this is one of those games that's a little bit complicated. You do want to take the time to like learn all of the directions and the pieces, and I can't go over that in just like a quick review. What I love about games like that is it makes it really engaging for adults. It also makes it really dynamic. So every time you play, you're pulling cards with new locations that will get new diseases on them. So when you go to play, it's a new game even though it's the same board. Yeah, I just wanted to like summarize the gist of what the gameplay is, but you do want to look it up. I think it's really fun, really cool. I love having these like everyday heroes on a game, like the scientist. I like that the scientist is female personally, but yeah, these are some really cool heroic characters. I think the game could be like really inspiring for the right person because these are real world problems that we actually have to deal with. Even though it seems like so dramatic, it is a real thing. So having like everyday heroes that are solving the problem is really cool. That's like a cool concept. And then it's fun gameplay too. So very engaging, very interesting subject. I didn't go over all the details of the gameplay because it's just a little too much, but it's definitely a great game that is super fun to play.